Hello and welcome to the 2D podcast. In this podcast, we're going to be talking about multiple areas, multiple subjects. One being momentum, the other being working in your gifts and talents. Because honestly, our work is what makes up most of our week, and in terms, most of our life. And then we're also going to be talking about how you are more than just one-dimensional.
Yes.
It's okay to feel different emotions, and it's okay to be at different levels in your life.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about how to accept ourselves, all parts of ourselves, not just the parts that we want or that we like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So tune in.
Hello and welcome to the 2D podcast. I am your host Adonis, and I am joined by the lovely and sensational and talented Iana Giselle.
Hey, everybody.
Not using the full government.
I know.
I'm sure it sounds a little weird, but
it took us 30 plus times.
yeah, this is our 34th time.
Wow.
Yeah, let's go.
Dope.
Bang. 34 weeks in. Let's go, baby.
I love it.
Yeah. There's been some moments where I've wanted to take a break from
I know.
the podcast.
Me too.
And not just because it's tiring or anything. I mean, it can be depending on what time you try to do it at, but mainly because I feel like, you get stagnant and you just want a breather to just refresh and get a new perspective.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm the same way. And I also think that with the holidays coming up and my trip to the Philippines, like we're definitely going to have to stack some of these.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
So either we do that or go the easy way out, which is the highlights.
Oh?
It's like, nah, but we're gonna do our best.
Oh yeah, we're definitely keeping consistent, and we'll still give you guys something, but it's up to you to stay tuned on what we end up delivering to you.
Exactly. So. Yeah. But how have you been, Iana? How's your day been? How's your week been? How have you been living?
Been well. I think going through the motions for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm in this state of being grateful and not trying to complain too much. In the sense of even if I was frustrated earlier today, I still took the 5 minutes to refill my cup up of dancing and even blowing bubbles to catch my breath.
Bubbles? Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that when you're when you're taking a deep breath, to really inhale to expand your diaphragm, and then you blow out through pursed lips or something like that. It's like you're blowing bubbles. So I literally have bubbles, and when I released that air and I saw it turn into bubbles.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing, because it felt like all of my frustrations just turned into joy.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, I haven't blown bubbles in so long for myself, not for children.
Oh, bro, that must have been years if you've done it for yourself.
It was so funny. And I was
Decades.
like, okay, 29 years old and blowing bubbles again.
Yep.
But that's where I'm at.
Nice.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty well.
How are you really?
I've been going back to the gym now that the season's over.
Yeah?
And I've been it's only been 2 days. Today I didn't go, but I'll give myself that rest day.
Yeah, you definitely need to.
Yeah, especially now that today, I had to set up for the podcast and everything, because I would have worked out, if not, at least to go run or something.
Yeah.
But it really helps that I have 2 friends that are avid goers. And so I literally tag along.
I love that.
Because then it takes out all the mental work of what workouts should I be doing? What exercises, what machines should I be using?
Yeah.
And if I go at a certain time, if I had a workout planned, but the bench press is being used, the squat rack is being used, what am I going to do?
True.
You know what I mean? And it's just I don't like, I love lifting. I love exercising, period. You know what?
Yeah,
No
you
matter
do.
what type of, movement or whatever, what
Yeah.
have you. But what I don't like is being surrounded by a lot of people.
Yes.
And
Oh yeah,
and
for
that
sure.
and that gym, that gym gets pretty
Packed at the time that you go.
yeah, packed. But because I'm going with these two guys,
Mm-hmm.
they're very adaptable. So if one thing's taken up, they immediately look at any other machine or any other weights so we can get on that.
Nice.
And it's really motivating because one of the guys that mainly goes,
yeah.
very strong. So when you see him doing his workouts,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, okay, I gotta step up my game. Like obviously, I'm not going to overdo it.
Right. Right.
Because I want to come back the next day. I don't want to be too sore.
Yeah.
But it is a nice push seeing like, okay, this guy has been coming a lot and he knows what he's doing and he's making sure my form is on par.
That's literally what I was about to ask you. Like, do they because they've been going,
oh man,
do they help you with your form and
man.
like
if my form is not where it's supposed to be, he'll make me cut half the weight. Like
I love it. Like
and it's sometimes it's like, no, I can do it. It's like, no, your form is trash. Put down the weight.
Form matters. Yeah. Like SpongeBob said, technique.
Yeah, and technique. Right foot, don't forget it. What's it called?
Oh my god, and they were blowing bubbles for that.
Yeah.
Love it.
So silly. But what's it called? I'm so glad I don't have a big ego, or else I wouldn't be able to do it. Because, I mean, if someone tells you, no, put down the weight, you can't do that. And it's like, no,
yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, look, and then you just hurt yourself.
Yeah,
or like,
I'm so glad I'm like beyond caring about what other people think. Because if I was really in my own thoughts, I would immediately like look around to see who would be watching me putting back the weight to getting smaller plates on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's true.
I'm so glad I am not one of those guys, or else I'm really not gonna grow.
Yeah,
I'm really not gonna.
And
grow.
you could quickly. That's the fastest road to injury.
Oh, 1,000%.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you that like you've reached that level of comfortability that you are completely secure in your masculinity, in your you just like have such a great head on your shoulders that like you really don't care what other people are thinking.
Right.
And then that's not deterring you from doing something correctly and learning along the way.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's really crucial to a skill that is crucial to have, especially when you're on this growth mindset.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to know everything.
Right.
How can you be corrected?
Exactly.
And like, are you willing to be corrected? Like, there's people that I work with daily and they just think they know everything. And it's like, son, I'm trying to help you.
But I got to be honest too, though. What helps a lot is that I'm with two guys that know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And not only that, but they're my friends. So, we have a good time and everything.
Yeah.
It really helps to be with other people so you don't get stuck in your own thoughts. Because when you're with other people, you're more real. Like you have to be.
Yeah.
You can't just be fantasizing about who you are. And, you can't just be daydreaming and stuck in your own thoughts. Because if not, you're going to miss out on everything they say. And then you're just going to be looking lost. You have to be in tune with the here and now. And that really does help with taking yourself out of your head when you have to be around other people.
Yes.
So the reason I'm saying that is because if you're having trouble with any certain goals that you might have,
Mm-hmm.
any actions that you want to do on a consistent basis, but you're having a really tough time,
Mm-hmm.
get someone else to do it with you. Like if it's reading, get someone else. Like
Right.
I know for a fact that you must know at least one person that likes to read,
Mm-hmm.
that likes to work out,
Yeah.
that likes to go running, that likes to eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important to attach yourself to someone that maybe isn't perfect, but
Mm-hmm.
is at least doing that one thing that you want to be doing too.
Yeah.
Because it really takes your head, it really takes you out of your own head.
Yes.
Like, I honestly, before this week, I was trying to go to the gym.
Uh-huh.
But after work, I'd be like, no, I'm too tired. And
Right.
then, I'd like maybe in an hour. And then I would think to myself, nah, people are everyone just got out of work. So now they're probably in the gym now. So I'm
Mhm.
definitely not going to go now.
Yeah.
And it just went like that every day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until my friend hit me up and was like, hey, you going to the gym or what? Like, you going to go to the gym with me or
Nice.
not?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I was actually going to go this Monday.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, bet. Just hit me up if you want to go. I'm like, yeah, bet. And it turns out one of my teammates from Spades
Yeah.
is tagging along too now. So
Nice.
it makes it even more fun because me and my teammate are always capping jokes.
Yeah.
And then, my friend is always making sure we're doing the workout and we're doing it well.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, let's go.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Yeah, woo, yeah. But now getting into the meat and potatoes of the podcast,
Yeah.
I want to be talking about momentum.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. There have been so many days where I felt like I was in a rut. Like I would, it would be the same thing where I wanted to go to the gym, but I didn't.
Mhm.
I literally wanted to come home from work, chill for an hour
Mhm.
to an hour and a half, and
Right.
then get started on, whatever work that I want to do. For example, real estate photography. I literally created a schedule
Yes.
so I can have a pretty much curriculum so I can stick to it and I know exactly what I'm going to be doing each day.
Right.
But there's been some days, especially on the days where as soon as I come home from work, I start to just straight chill. It's so hard for whatever reason to pull myself out of that chill mentality.
Relaxed mode. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the reason is because instead of thinking about just the task of jumping into my curriculum that I made for myself,
Mm-hmm.
I start to think of, for whatever reason, because I'm in that low frequency mentality, right?
Yeah.
And I just start to think like, man, like if only I started this like last year, if only I, got with this a while ago.
Yeah.
I start thinking about I'm not where I've been wanting to be.
Yeah.
When I thought I was going to be at this age. Like I thought I was going to be much further along.
Comparing yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay.
I just start thinking negatively and I'm just like,
It's discouraging.
and then I just go back on my phone, either go on Instagram or play my game or whatever. But because I built the momentum of chilling as soon as I got from work, it literally spirals.
Yes, and that's how you're in that rut.
Exactly.
And like you just stay in the rat race.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what did you do?
the biggest thing is to build the momentum on your side. So that means disrupting the current momentum. Because whether you acknowledge it or not, you have a momentum right now.
Right.
But sometimes it's most often
it's going down the wrong direction.
Yeah. That's why it seems like every day you're getting a little bit worse. Like you never stay the same. You're either getting better or you're getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
Staying stagnant is almost impossible because if you just, if you keep watching TV, at some point you're going to start playing video games. And once you start playing video games, you're going to start eating junk food. And once you start eating junk food, you're not going to work out as much. And then it just spirals. That's what happened to me. Like, that's why I gained so many pounds. Like, if people saw me 5 years ago compared to now, they'd be like, yo, what happened, my friend? It's like negative choices, like that momentum just going down the wrong spiral. But so recently I was like, yo, let me stop and we say it here on the podcast all the time. Hit that reset button.
Yeah.
Which is to what? Turn off all your electronics. You don't have to like shut it all the way off, but I'm saying like
sometimes you might have to.
Sometimes you might have to, but honestly, you just, just that quick button, put it face down, close your laptop, turn off the television, and breathe.
Yeah.
You need to breathe and think about like just your own thoughts. Literally
let your thoughts come.
Yeah, let them
naturally, because they're going to want to race out of you.
Exactly. and then like after you do that for a little bit, a part of you is going to say like, oh, you got energy back. Let's go back on your phone. Oh, you got your energy back. Let's go back to watching those videos or that show, because now you feel good again.
Yeah.
You want to get that dopamine already.
Hit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, no, now that I have it, let me start to at least look at what I said I was going to be studying.
Yes.
So for me, it was the real estate photography. All right, let me at least look up a YouTube video about real estate photography basics, compositions, interior techniques.
And you know what I love that you already prepared for? When you knew that you wanted to learn real estate photography, you already set a plan in motion.
Oh, yeah.
So just the simple fact of you being able to look at and reference, okay, this is what I should be doing at this time. You prepared yourself already for when you knew you were going to feel that rut.
Right.
Like, okay, I feel the rut. Now that I feel it, let me stop it. And then what does it say that I'm supposed to be doing? Okay, there's no more brain work. You already did the brain work. You prepared already.
Exactly.
Now it's time to choose to do it.
Right. Exactly. And oh man, I'm telling you guys, momentum is the key to turn your life around. Because when I started going to the gym this week, Monday, Tuesday, right after I came home from the gym, I took a shower, ate a small little dinner. I didn't drink coffee anymore because it was already getting later.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yo, let me like unwind, because like my mind is fresh. I just released all stress, all toxins through sweat.
Yeah, like your body is good, so now your brain can.
Yeah, and my mind was like nice. You're like moving your body, so I don't have to do all the work of entertaining you. Like your body is like, so you're so the brain is able to think clearly.
Love it.
And so then when I came back and I rested for like 5 to 10 minutes and ate a little bit of something, then I was like, oh, I feel great. Let me keep up this momentum and go straight into that real estate curriculum that I created.
Wow.
Yeah. And dude, I was like, before I was afraid to make the curriculum and still work out at the same, like in the same day, in the same evening.
Yeah.
Because I have a fear of wasting time. I have a fear of not even wasting time. It's losing time. Like one of the things I like cherish is to make sure that I enjoy my time to a fault.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I want to, like, I don't even feel like I need to rest and chill, but like, no, right after work, I need it because I just gave 8 hours to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like I want to at least give myself an hour and a half.
Yeah.
When
You do cherish that for
but
sure.
I don't need to.
Yeah.
My best
Wow.
self
Mhm.
comes from just going straight into the fulfillment work.
Yes.
When it's like the gym, when it's like the podcast, when it's like writing, journaling, or going already into the curriculum that
Yeah.
I've set up for myself. And then eventually, soon enough, to go out and take pictures of real estate.
I love this because I literally just watched a different podcast about this priest that he's like a Catholic priest and he's a youth director or something like that, or like youth spiritual director. And he's like up in Minnesota and he's like super popular. Like one of his podcasts was actually number one.
Oh, wow.
Like not just in religion, like in number one in podcasting. And what's so funny is that he said he put so much time and dedication into his one homily every Sunday. He would work on that for like 9 to 20 hours, like for the Saturday before it, because he just wants to make sure that he's okay. If this is the only time that these teens are going to be listening to me, I want to make sure I'm giving them everything that they need in this homily.
Oh.
And a homily is not too long. Like if you're doing it right, I think most priests end up doing it for like 20 minutes. His homilies are only like 5 to 10.
So homily is like a sermon.
Yes, it's like a sermon.
Okay.
And basically, like, because he's been a priest for, I think he started like 20 years ago. Yeah, 2003. Because he started, he's been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
Every Saturday has been dedicated to a homily for that Sunday. And whenever he got that random Saturday where he didn't have to prepare for Mass, he was like, okay, I can actually go to a coffee shop, drink a cup of coffee, read a book, and like enjoy the atmosphere of being out on a Saturday morning, not having to work. And so he said that he finally got the chance to do that recently. And he was like, that was nice, but I'm so glad that I don't have to do this every Saturday because I couldn't live life like that. I need to be working. Yeah. I need to enjoy, like, I love enjoying what I'm purposed to do.
Right, exactly.
And he was like, you can tell it was literally like that break that he needed. Yes. And then he went back at it. Like he missed his work after he fulfilled that time of, okay, I can breathe. Let's go back.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think that's exactly what we're really big on this podcast too. Is, you know, because we're trying to tackle all aspects of character development, you know, faith, family, fitness, finances.
Yes.
And not saying like we're ever going to go too heavy on like taxes and stuff for finances, but just like the mentality behind it.
Right.
And one of the things is so crucial. We spend, I forget what the percentages were, but I mean, you think about it, 40 hours in a week. I don't know how many hours there are total in a week.
I forgot.
But
168.
168. And you spend 8 every day, hopefully, sleeping. So, you know, that, and
that's on average. Some people sleep 6 hours and they think they're fine, but their body actually needs.
So so it's like, bro, your work takes up so much of your time. And if you're going into work dreading it every single morning, what impact does that have on your health?
Yes.
You know, and the reason I'm doing this real estate photography modules, like the curriculum that I made, is like, why am I doing that? Who cares? Why am I wasting my time when I could be out enjoying my evening with you? Why don't I go watch a movie with you or go eat or have a nice night? You know what I mean?
Right.
Why am I spending it at home in front of a computer screen for at least 2 hours after I've already worked out, after I probably already journal or read. And it's because I want to, if it takes me a year, it won't take me a year, it'll probably take me like 2 months to get the very basics so I can start working on that. But let's say it did take me a year of just doing this every evening.
Yeah.
I would be so happy to do it on a consistent basis like that, because I know that even if it's for a year, however many years God gives me afterwards, I'm going to spend it working in an area that I like doing and hopefully love doing.
Yes.
And so that's why we're always talking about working in your purpose, finding your talents, building the momentum to get you to that mission.
Yes.
Because life becomes so much richer when you work in your gifts. Like what was his name? Do you know?
The priest?
Yeah.
Oh, Father Mike Schmidt.
Yeah. Like he said, it's cool that he had a Saturday off and he gets to spend it like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he would like that like every 2 weeks or maybe every third week of the month.
Right.
And he's able to do that for himself. But because he's utilizing his gifts, because he's touching lives and helping other people in a way that he likes to do, of course he wants to go back to that.
Right.
It's like if you took the podcast away from us. Like, okay, yeah, like if you took it away for like a week, we'd be like, oh, cool. Awesome. We don't have to worry about it this week. We could chill, we could do whatever, and we don't have to worry about editing, posting, no thumbnail, no nothing.
Yeah.
But then the second week we'll be like, okay,
something's missing.
And then the third week is like, all right, let's just go back to it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Even if no one listens to it.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're using our gifts. We feel like we're able to project our voices to make a difference.
Right. And what's so funny, the person that he was talking to was a different podcaster, and he is a dad. And he was like, that is exactly how I feel when I'm with my kids and they're all acting up. And I'm just like, I just need a day without them. Like, just go hang out with your cousins, go to your grandparents. But I just need one day. But like, if I got 3 days, I'd enjoy that first day. Like, do whatever I want, enjoy it.
Yeah.
The second day, okay. It's a little too quiet.
Yeah.
Like something's off right now. By the third day, okay, where are my kids? Because I can't live the rest of my life without them.
Yeah.
No
matter how annoying they are.
Yeah. Because those are your kids.
Exactly.
You want to be with them.
Exactly.
You want to know how they're like, how they changed in the last 3 days or whatever, especially when they're young.
How school went.
Yeah.
How they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's just to hear them bicker. But you'll miss that afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was just like, this is so dope that like even they're talking about their passion and like what makes them want to keep returning.
Right.
Because they've been in this they're so seasoned in whatever they're doing that like I can't imagine 20 years doing the exact same thing. And I'm like what does that look like?
Yeah, exactly.
And for me, like even as like the after school program coordinator, I was like, do I see myself 20 years later saying I am still an after school program coordinator? Like, whoa, what is that going to look like? Am I going to like all the things? And it's just putting things into perspective for sure.
So. Oh, exactly. And it's such a, man, getting your bachelor's is tough. And I'm so glad you did it. And even though you were literally, we said it before, even though you got your bachelor's in, what was it?
2020?
No, like the
tourism and event management.
Yeah. Nothing to do with your current job.
Right.
But you're so happy that you have this job.
Yes.
Like I'm sure you feel a lot more fulfilled here than you would have probably event planning.
Oh, yeah. Like if I mean, it honestly really just depends on what type of events.
That's true, yeah.
But at the same time, like if I know for a fact I would not be happy if I was working in a hotel doing banquets, because I was a banquet server and I already know, I already saw how that like looked.
Yeah.
I can't imagine myself doing that, like going back. But I wouldn't have known that if I didn't try and see any level of that world.
Yeah.
You know?
And now, even though, you know, obviously a position like the teen center specialist, it has its ups and downs. It has like all, like we talked about before, different demographics of people that you're dealing with.
Yes.
And above all, teens.
Yes.
Like the teens, you know, some are good, a lot of them not so good.
Yeah.
You know, they're in their rebellious stages. They're in this, you know, hormonal transformation.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So they don't even know what they're feeling. And so it could just make it a whole chaotic endeavor.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that you're so happy and glad and you feel fulfilled when you truly start to think about it. Because I mean, like, honestly, that's so dope. You know, a lot of people are out here, and I'm not, you know, dissing on no other profession. But if you can tolerate and you have the patience for kids and teens, there's nothing else like working with that group, because you can make some serious impacts on them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And you would never think to take the time to understand their perspective until it's time to figure out, okay, why are you yelling at this boy, but you talk so politely with me and the staff? And then it's like, oh, wow, like she doesn't even realize her hormones are like going off right now.
That is so funny. Yeah.
And just like, yeah, there's like so many stories, and it's just, I think my favorite part is knowing that I can literally see the difference of like when one kid leaves feeling seen and when one kid leaves because no one was talking to him, or they leave because they didn't get whatever they wanted to out of it. Like, yeah, some kids just pop in and they grab a free juice that they're allowed to get and then they leave. But then there's the difference between, oh, hi, how's it going? Okay, I'm just getting my juice, but it was good seeing you. Okay, stay safe. Like they know that like they're going to get that interaction real quick, even if it's just to get a juice. Like, yeah.
So that's dealing a little bit with momentum, and mainly overall with why it's important to work after work, so you could start to find something that is going to utilize your gifts and your talents.
Yeah.
But now switching up gears, you told me the other day about how you had these really high energetic highs, but then these low, almost disappointing lows.
Yes, I am definitely a woman of extremes, but as I'm getting older, I've definitely leveled out a little bit more, and I'm more calm and contained, I'm going to say, which is so funny because I don't know, I don't really believe in the like astrological signs and all that stuff, but I am a Libra, which is a balance symbol, which is so funny. So like I am learning to balance not only like all the life growing aspects of like what life has to offer, but also just like maintaining myself. So I would always accept myself as like that bright light, the hospitable person that like always makes everyone feel welcome and just like warm and like open hearted and like you're always welcome to talk to me, and I'm always like actively listening and everything like that. But at the same time, when I'm by myself and I'm in like low preservation energy mode and I'm like, no one talk to me right now, I just need to like get by, or no one has talked to me why is no one talking to me?
All right.
Like there's so many different like versions of it.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that like yes, I'm all about balance, but I can't just disregard the side of me that is on low energy mode, that is more calm and controlled and methodical and strategic and everything like that. I get to, because I'm taking ownership.
Yeah.
This is the opportunity that I get to choose to accept not only my bright light and high energy self that's like impacting the room and super social, but also the side of me that needs to take 10 minutes or whatever at the end of the day just to let myself be who I need to be.
Right.
Fill my cup up.
Yeah.
Get myself ready for the day. And if I feel like drawing, I will draw. If I feel like coloring, I will color. If I feel like dancing, I will dance. But whatever I want to do in that moment, let me do it, because that's going to fill me up. And then I don't have to give to anyone else.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And be okay with giving to myself.
Exactly.
Because the part that I always had, the part that I definitely grew up knowing was be a giver. Just like always be giving, be kind, like be nice to other people. Like you're living this life for other people. The profession that I'm in is to serve other people.
Right.
Like it's all about like others. And then as I grew up, especially during like the pandemic, these last few years, I had to learn like, no, I'm only going to survive if I actually put the effort into taking care of myself.
Right.
Before I think about even pouring into anyone else. And that is the balancing act that I actually need to understand. It's not balancing my time and energy of low energy and high energy. It's balancing what I need in every moment and accepting myself and not just disregarding myself through those moments.
Exactly.
Like, okay, I'm down. That's not me. I should be bright. No, that is me. Like right now I'm pissed off. Like it's okay to be pissed off, but how am I going to handle myself through this frustration?
Right.
That is me.
Exactly. So. Instead of kicking yourself while you're either down or not allowing yourself to have the most amount of fun by telling yourself you need to tone it down. This is not who you are. So it's tough. It really is tough, because then you become self-conscious.
Oh,
and you really think of like, but who am I really? You are all of these things. You are never just a person that's always happy.
Yeah.
You are a person that gets sad and that stays sad for a little. I'm not just talking about you, but the listener too.
Yeah, like, for sure.
You're not just someone who's always calm. You have your moments of being angry, of mad, of wanting to get things off your chest and letting people know where they stand.
Yes.
And that's
being human.
And that's not terrible.
Yes.
Like, don't beat yourself up because all of a sudden, you're angry and upset and you've been telling everyone that I'm a calm guy, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, and you don't want to be seen in any other light. You're not a flat picture. You're not a photo.
You have emotions.
You have shadows. You have depth. You have different sides to you.
I love that.
And so you have to accept your whole self so that you may start to improve on when you are upset, to not lash out because of your impatience. It's okay to be angry. And it's okay to say something when you're angry.
Yes.
But it's not okay to say something that's going to damage a relationship forever.
Exactly. And that's the part that I needed to learn because I let myself get by without knowing how to have the proper language to stand up for myself.
Right.
So I would either have an outburst,
Yeah.
or I would internalize it and not let it out. And with me doing that, it taught people that they can continue to mistreat me.
Exactly.
It taught people that they can continue to not just mistreat me, but disrespect and think that I'm less than them.
Right.
Or think that they're more than me because of how I allowed them to treat me.
Right.
And no, like that, I say no because that needs to stop. So like whoever is listening to this and you're allowing people to just get by because you are the nice one, because you are the kind one, or because you don't know the language to speak up for yourself, please learn with me on how to use the proper wording to clap back or in the sense of like just stand up for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if you twist it and make them think about what they're doing, they'll be shocked and surprised that you even said a peep.
Right. Exactly.
And sometimes you really have to take into consideration, okay, did they mean it to be mean the way that you took it? Or were they just trying to talk to you? Right. And that was their way of trying to talk to you.
Exactly.
Or there's so many other ways. We can't control anyone but ourselves. But when you think about how you are reacting to other people, that is the inventory that you need to understand you have full control of. And you can't just respond to every little annoyance that comes across.
Exactly. And one of the things that you said, people feel it. People feel when you don't even know how you feel.
Yes.
Like when you're trying to make sense of like how you should be feeling.
Yeah.
So then they pounce on that.
Oh yeah.
They're like, okay, whatever. They're not going to say anything because they don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
The biggest advice that I have for you that feels like that is treat yourself as an outside person. If you were looking at someone going through the exact same situation that you are, that just got done by in the same way that you just got done by,
yes,
how would you expect them to feel? Like if they were like out, I would totally understand if they were heated, if they were pissed, and if they wanted to say something back.
Right.
Then guess what? I'm going to treat myself like that too. I would totally be okay with me being upset and angry and wanting to say something back. Because I would stand up for someone that would be getting bullied.
Yeah.
So why not stand up for yourself? You know what I mean? In terms of like, it's okay to feel sad. If it's okay to cry, if this is a situation that justifies that. Like that, if someone else was going through this, like, of course, you wouldn't hold it against them. Right. Because it's a situation that saddens your heart, that makes you just like down and out. So don't beat yourself up for feeling the same way, but saying to yourself, man, I shouldn't cry because I'm not weak. They've told me to be strong all my life, so there's no way I'm going to cry over this. It's like, no, allow yourself. You're multiple parts. You're not just like one dimensional.
Yes.
There's so many sides to you, like I said before. But yeah.
And I think we got on this subject because I felt like I was in a rut as well, but my rut was not confirming if I'm in the right place and space of where I think I should be or where I think I want to be.
Right.
And So I was moving in life as if the answer's just going to come to me. So let me be still so that the answer can catch up to me.
Right.
But when I remembered who I identified myself as, which was that bright light that's go-getting and always actively pursuing something and always accomplishing something else, like, or whatever. Yeah. Just like the go-getter, that's when I remembered that, like, I'm an active participant in my life.
Right. Exactly.
Let me put forth the effort and energy and do myself a favor by actually trying instead of passively going through whatever motion life wants to push me towards. It's like, no, if you want to go after it, go after it. Right. And like, yes, people can say this all the time that like, there's only certain personality types that do that. No, people forget that it's a spectrum, and whatever you want to apply yourself towards, you are going to apply yourself towards it. But you have to want it. No one's going to tell you like, hey, Adonis, don't forget to apply yourself and working out at the gym.
Right.
No, you wanted to go to the gym. So you reached out to your friend and you've been talking with your friend. Your friend knew that you wanted to go to the gym, so he reached out too.
Exactly.
You know, because you were talking about it already.
Exactly.
So be an active participant in what you want to participate in. Otherwise, stop complaining.
Beautiful. All right. So that's going to do it for the meat and potatoes of the podcast.
Oh, yes.
We thank you guys so much for listening. If you liked it or if you have some feedback, leave us a review. Let us know what you liked about it so we can improve on that, so we can keep doing more of that.
Yes.
Or so we can improve on whatever it is that you don't like, that you see that we're lacking in.
Mm-hmm.
You could find us on our Instagram pages on Adonis Barrera and
Iana Giselle.
You could also find us on our Instagram for the 2D podcast, which is 2D Pod, TOODEEPPOD. We have the Facebook group, which is 2D Podcast. Just add the CAST
at the end.
And then if you want to watch these videos on YouTube, it'll be under my name, Adonis Barrera, and I'll have a playlist of the 2D podcast on there. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Stay safe, everybody.
Bye.